pattern number 3. So if you will observe, all the 3 patterns are actually quite similar to each other. Only difference lies is what and all we are going to print there. In the first one, it was all about stars. In the second one, what we were printing only the row numbers. But in the last one, what we are doing, if you will realize, in this one, every row is following a certain pattern. And how that is there? It is starting from the row number, then it is decrementing till it reaches 1, and then it is again incrementing. What I will do, I'll just quickly write it and I will show you how it is actually growing. So, whenever you have any patterns, what you have to do, first of all, you just have to analyze it, like how the values are getting displayed, how they are actually increasing, how they are decreasing. And based upon those analysis only, you just have to form a logic out of it. And that is why people say that if you are solving pattern problems, you will be actually developing a good sense of solving logics. Because here also, even though they seem very easy question, but still they involve little trickiness, and that one is actually not difficult to figure out, but not easy to figure out. You just have to put some of your efforts there. All right. So I'll just write down the second pattern which we did. That was like this. So if you will observe what we were doing here, we were just taking the row numbers. And whenever we have to write anything, first loop goes for rows and the second one goes for columns, right? So what we were doing when we were inside columns, we were just printing our rows, correct? And then it had for the 5 as well. In this case, what we will have to do, it is going to start from 1. Then for the second one, what is going to happen? It is going to start from the row number, that is 2. Then it is going to decrease till 1, and then it is increasing again. For the next one, how it is there? It is starting from 3. Then it is decreasing till 1. So here if you will observe, the left part is all about decrement part. The right part is all about increment part. Here also it is following the same pattern, right? So it is like this. So if you will have to write down the logic for the same, what you will be doing in such a case, you will be just thinking that what can I do in order to make it work like this? That first it is going to decrement and then it is going to increment. So this is the only logic which you will have to do. So what we will do, since it is already in quite a lot of similar pattern which we have done for the previous question, so I'm going to reuse the same code, and there only I'm going to make some of the modifications in order to make it look like this. All right, so let's go to the Visual Studio Code and do some code changes. So this was our previous code. This was the output for that. All right, so what I will do here, I'm going to just introduce some variable. Why I'm taking some variable? Because I said it is not going to just display the values in the same manner. What it is doing, it is updating the values. So I'm going to take something like a variable val, and what I will do, in every iteration, this val is going to take value from I. Why it is helpful? It is helpful because what we are actually trying to achieve from this. We are just trying to try to if we are just going to update the value of I, it is not going to work correctly. So what we are doing, we are taking one variable, storing the value of I, and on this variable we are going to make our other changes. So here also I'm going to make it val, and then I will run and show it to you. So far you can see it is actually working same because we have not made any changes so far. Then what I will do, if you will actually realize, this one is storing the columns, correct? So what I will do, I'm just going to take a variable call, and instead of using it in this form, what I will do, I'm just going to put that value in call. So this call is actually going to take value from this formula only. What this formula is going to do, this one is going to return all the values in all the odd number of values. All right, now if I will run, you can again see it is working correctly. So far the functionality is same to the previous question. So now how can I actually make it work according to my pattern? So here what I will do, I'm just going to put a condition that if your k value is less than temp by 2, in such case, what do you want to take? like if it is actually going to be less, what you will be doing, whatever value you have, you just have to decrement it, and this statement is actually going to be there on the top only. Now if I will run, and in the else part, like this one, what it is going to do, this is going to go till the mid. So what I will do, if this value is less than 10 by 2, then you decrement. Otherwise, what you will be doing, you are just going to increment here k plus plus. That is how it, sorry, not k, value plus plus. So that is how it is actually there, right? And that is how we want it in the output. So now let's run and see the output. Okay, oops, sorry. This was column. So now you can see this is working quite similar to how we want it to work. But one thing is there, that is when it has the value, it is not doing that. So what we can do, we can just put a condition, and that condition is going to be there. Either we can put it here that after reaching to this one, you do not just decrement it. Or what is the one condition which we can put, when you are coming here at that particular time, you are just going to handle it. So either you handle here or you can handle here. And for the handling part as well, you have various approaches available to you. So one you can do is just do -1 here, and then if you will run, you can see it is working exactly how you wanted it to run. So what I am doing, I am just like, from the iteration for one particular value, I'm just skipping the decrement. So that is how it is actually getting displayed, and this is something which we really wanted it to work. So what and all things which we have done here, like the white spaces were already handled, right? So what we have done, we have taken two variables. One is val, another one is call. So the call is actually going to store the column value, and this column value is actually coming from this. Why are we using this value? So as to get all the odd values, correct? And why are we taking this val variable? That is because whatever value we are going to get, that one we have to update. So if we are going to straight away update the value of I, it is actually going to mess up the entire pattern. So what we can do, you store it in val, and here what I'm doing, I'm just going till mid, and actually even before reaching there, because if we am actually going till that particular point, what is happening, it is making the last value as 0. If I want to avoid that, this is how I'm handling it. So by doing -1, correct? So if you are going to use this particular logic, you can actually achieve the pattern which you were looking for. I hope this must be clear to you. Now we can look into the question number 2. All right.